It's that time of year where everybody starts to get, sorry about that. But I'm here to tell you there's a really great elixir for colds, coughs, and flus that you can make right now with ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen or are growing in your garden, like peppers, garlic, all kinds of good stuff. It's called Fire Cider. You've probably seen it before. This is my take on it. It's not the original recipe, which included horseradish and onion. I left those out. But for me, this works really well for us. It's really easy to make and it keeps for a long time. All right, let's go get our hands, let's wash our hands. So as you can hear, I have a bit of a sniffle and a stuffy head right now. And every year about this time, I always make this stuff. Now, I do want to start off by saying that although my name is Doc, I am not a doctor. Therefore, some of these ingredients you can hear me talk about, you really need to consult your physician or other healthcare professional to make sure it's right for you. And we'll talk about some of those things as we go through and where you should definitely stay away from some ingredients. But you've been warned. This is just for your information, all right? Now, we've been making this for years. I love this stuff. It works really great on colds. But let's talk about the ingredients. It's really simple to put together. We're only gonna need a few things here. We're gonna need cayenne pepper, which has the properties of actually helping with pain relief. It warms the body. It's also slightly anti-inflammatory, and it can increase the strength of the lining of your stomach. Garlic is absolutely amazing. It's actually the allicin in garlic. When you crush garlic, that smell that really comes out, that's the allicin. And it's got antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral properties. It's really great for sore throats. It's very warming and heating. It's really good for general and overall health. And then of course you have ginger. We all know ginger. We got a video where we're growing ginger and some of the ways you can use it. Well, this is one. Ginger's amazing. It's got a very unique warming effect. Now, this is really interesting. Fresh ginger made into a tea will warm you in the winter and cool you in the summer, and it works. I tried it. Thank you. I cannot remember your name. You said that in the comments on the ginger video, and I apologize. I will look it up. But ginger has antimicrobial, antifungal properties as well. It also helps fight inflammation in the body, along with turmeric, which is our next item. It also helps to control cholesterol. The next ingredient is turmeric. Now, turmeric is really, really interesting. Both ginger and turmeric have been used for ages. Actually, along all of these things have been used for ages to make medicines in like the Ayurvedic world and things like that. Turmeric is one of these things that if you do have certain types of conditions or medications that you're taking, you should stay absolutely away from this recipe. It's absolutely optional. If you're taking blood pressure medication to regulate your blood pressure, do not take turmeric. Do not put turmeric in this. It will mess with your medication. If you have blood pressure, it might be, and not taking medication, it might be a way for you to kind of regulate it yourself, but you need to talk to your doctor about that. The next thing we're gonna need is we're gonna need some kind of measuring glass. This looks like a shot glass, but it's all got all kinds of incremental measurements on it, and that'll just help us work things out. Lemon. This is a Meyer lemon. Now, lemons have been known to be used all over the world for fighting viruses. Of course, it's got great vitamin C nutritional value to it. It's just one of those things that's really good. And I like adding this to anything that's in a cold or cough, flu type serum because it does have antiviral properties. Honey. So honey is absolutely the world's most amazing food sweetener, whatever you want to call it. This is raw honey from a local dealer. It's not mine. The guy grew up around the corner. But honey has anti-inflammatory, antibacterial properties, and antioxidant properties. This stuff is amazing. In fact, you can usually stop a sore throat in its tracks by just taking a couple of teaspoons of honey a day raw. Stuff's amazing. Next, we'll move on to apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, especially raw like this is here, it's got anti-inflammatory properties, antibacterial properties, and antioxidant properties. It's also another one of those if you're struggling with cholesterol like I am, this is something that can really help you out. And I have found this helps you out, along with ginger in a very big way. So those are all the ingredients. We're gonna talk now about how much we're gonna use of each. It's a really simple recipe, so let's get after it. So our first ingredients here are gonna be garlic, ginger, and turmeric. So for each one of these, this whole recipe makes about 12 ounces. So if you have a 16-ounce jar, that gives you some freeboard and some room to mix things around, or a pint jar, that works great. What we're gonna need, I'm gonna give you the ingredients here, but I'll put them down in the comments so you can find the recipe there. But we need 2.5 teaspoons of crushed or minced garlic. Now, that in this case is about 4 pieces. You just kind of have to gauge it. I always like to hold it up next to the measurement thing and figure it out. We need about the same 2.5 teaspoons of ground or finely chopped ginger and about 2 teaspoons of ground or finely chopped turmeric. So I'm actually going to get these cut up and we're going to put them into my little blender here, which I like to use for all kinds of things to get them nice and fine. The reason I'm doing that, you don't have to do it. You can use a mortar and pestle as well. You can just roughly chop it. I actually like to leave these ingredients in at the end rather than straining them out like a lot of people do. They preserve well in the vinegar and the honey. They last a long time. And I just think it adds a little something extra to it. They get better over time. So let's go ahead and get out our knife and we will start getting this cut up. So we're just cutting the heels off of these right now. The easiest way I find to do garlic, unless you have a really great garlic press, is to crush them. But my really, really great garlic press that came from Italy with my mother and my grandmother broke after 60 years, 70 years. Anyway, we're just gonna peel off everything here and throw these into the blender for mixing. And once again, we're gonna be using about 2.5 teaspoons of the ginger and about 2 teaspoons of the turmeric. We're gonna go ahead and get these all chopped up and we're gonna get them put into this so we can go ahead and get them all mixed. We're just gonna rough chop this. It's pretty fibrous, so we wanna get it into smaller pieces if we can. Same with the turmeric, and everything goes in to here. Okay, so now this is how I kinda like to do this. I like to start right here and I'll show you the next few steps. They're really quick and simple. This is our puree of ginger, turmeric, and garlic. And this is 2.5 teaspoons of dried cayenne pepper. Now, you don't have to use dried, but I'm gonna use powdered for now, and it works just as good. It also doesn't get as chunky in there, but fresh or frozen works just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this into our jar in the bottom. And there's kind of an order I like to do this. I'm also gonna need a spoon for this, and I'm going to actually take this off and spoon this in. Now, if you're using a mason jar, this is way easier, but this way you can see how finely chopped that is. So we're just gonna easily put it in the jar here. So next we're gonna add the liquid ingredients. Now for this, I always like to add it in a very specific order, and that is first honey, and then warmed up vinegar, and finally the lemon. And the reason for that is because it just makes it way easier. The warmed up liquid helps to melt it out of the funnel and out in the jar, and also helps mix better. So we're gonna start with the honey first. This is gonna get sticky and messy, fact. So the top of this line is 1 ounce, so we're just gonna fill to there 5 times. There's 1, 5. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do 5 ounces of vinegar. Now I wanna heat the vinegar up a little bit. So I'm actually gonna pour it into this here. We'll set this off to the side. Okay, so we got our 5 ounces. We don't need this anymore. Of apple cider vinegar. We're gonna throw this in the microwave. We're not trying to heat this to the point that it's really hot, extremely hot. We just want it warm. It'll just help melt the honey out and that sort of thing. So I'm gonna throw this in the microwave. And while that's doing its thing, we're gonna take our lemon and roll it. This will allow it to release the juices a little bit easier. And we're just gonna go ahead, and you see this isn't quite totally ripe, but I was ready for it and needed it, so we're gonna start with this. These are usually so big I can't even actually, oh, they smell so good. Okay, about 30 seconds in the microwave, it's ready to go. I'm gonna pour this through the funnel. The acidity and the vinegar will help, and the warmth will actually help melt that honey out of the funnel a bit. Now all we need is our lemon juice, and I'm gonna do it in here because sometimes it gets messy and I don't wanna spill it. Now you can use 1 large Meyer lemon for this, or you can use a couple of medium or regular sized lemons. I like the Meyers because they're sweeter and they contain a lot more juice. Just gonna put this right here. There we go. So now it's still nice and warm. You can see the honey on the bottom, the apple cider vinegar on the top. We've got the lid closed. We're just gonna shake to mix. Now, to store this, it can be stored in the fridge for well over a year, as long as it stays closed. And really, they say you want to wait about 3 to 4 weeks before you start using this, but you can use it really whenever you want. In fact, we'll do a tasting of it a little bit later. I like to put it in the fridge. You can leave it on the counter, but make sure you shake it every day to really get the ingredients mixed up. Some people will then strain it, put it into the final bottle. I don't strain it. I actually like those chunks of stuff in there. I think they look amazing. And I also like them because I think over time, they kind of give it even more flavor and more potency. So that's it. This is my cough, cold, and flu elixir. In the description, I'll have the full recipe for this on how you can make it. You can scale it up or down however you like. 1 tablespoon a day as you need it, or if you have a sore throat coming on, take it. It will knock it right down. We'll keep for about a year in the fridge. I'll put all links to all the stuff I can that you can use to make this, and the stuff I use and other options down in the description if you want to pick them up. Make it nice and easy for you. But this is a great thing to make, getting ready for that cold, flu, and just general croup season. Bottoms up. Whew. That's good. I still think it makes great chicken marinade. I have to try that. So that's it. It's a really, really simple elixir that you can make at home. You've probably got everything laying around. It's only got a few ingredients. It doesn't take that long to make, but I will tell you that it is well worth making. It has done wonders for us over the years. Even just the honey alone, even if you just have that, take some honey. It can really help you out. Now, I really appreciate you watching this far in the video. And if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. But most importantly, share this with your friends if you think they could benefit from it or they might like watching it. I'd love to have them here, and I'd love to see you guys down in the comments as always, answer any questions or listen to your ideas. You know how much I love that. I want to leave you like I always leave you. There's only 4 things you need to live a happy and well-balanced life. Number 1, you need something to believe in. Number 2, you need someone to love. Number 3, you need something to do. And number 4, you need something to look forward to. I look forward to hanging out with you guys in the comments, answering all your questions. And if you want to learn something else that you can do with stuff in your kitchen or you can grow in your garden, you can check it out right here. This is a great video. Go watch it. All right, guys, I can't wait to see you in the next video. Duck out.